Hello, today I want to show you how to create tables into your database. First of all, we want to use two different techniques. Now we have the UI technique and also the coding technique. Now let's dive into the coding technique. In the coding technique, you need to type the SQL script. You said create table, and then you type the name of the table, which is employees, and then you open a bracket. Within this bracket, we are going to type the name of our table columns. Now, we said employee ID, because each employee might have an ID, which is a unique identifier. So we want to type the data type, which is integer, and then giving it an integer, we set a primary key. The reason why a primary key indicates that this particular column must not contain a duplicate. So the next we said employee as a first name, data type, which is varchar. The reason why we are using varchar, it indicates variable character. So now, after which we indicate the maximum amount of character that a name must contain. Now we said for us, we just set 50, and then last name. Let me just highlight this one and just change it here. Highlight, and then we paste it here. We change this first to last. Last name. Yeah, wow, we got it. So, and again, we want to take our employee. Another detail again is address. Yeah, address. We want to take a text data type, and we want to take their job title, and their job title is varchar, your variable character, and the total amount of character we want to use 50. But let's just use 45, and let us see. And then for salary, we want to say a decimal, because someone's salary can be actually, so that's why we are using a decimal. So we said a maximum of 10 character and a decimal place of 2. So wow, we have got the name of our tables, our columns within the table, and then now we can execute this query. Now we try to execute this query, and now you see the query has successfully executed. But sometimes you will have a failure, and when you have a failure here, you need to type here use the name of the database, which is CESO Limited, and then this particular command indicates to the database that we want this particular table to go directly into that database, which is the CESO. So that's why we are going to execute it first, and then we execute the table. Maybe some of you will face this particular challenge, and then we execute the table. The reason why we are having an error, it says, oh, this table employee already exists because we have executed this particular code just now. So that's the way to create a table. Now the second method is very much simple. We are going to create a simple table. Now we want to come back here on the left hand, we click this button, and then you see another interface appear. You take the cursor to the right hand side of your PC, and then you press these 2 arrows down, and when you press the 2 arrows, it shows you the interface. Here we are going to enter the name of our columns, here the data type, but let's first of all type the name of our table. we said employee, we want to say benefit. Yes, employee benefits. Where is our benefit information? So now we want to say employee ID. Employee ID. And here, the reason why, let's just choose the data type. For you see here, we have different data types. These are the data types that are possible within the MySQL. And you see, you can choose any one. For us, we just choose integer. And you see, these are the different constraints. So you can just point the cursor and it tells you, you see, here, it is telling you that this is a primary key. Belongs to the primary key, and here is not null. Remember, I just explained that using a primary key constraint indicate that we don't want any null into that particular column. So you see, that's why it indicates these two automatically, because we indicate here that is a primary, that is a employee ID. That's the way they create the user interface. So the next we see, you see, we say employee benefit, let's say allowance. Employee allowance. Now it's saying variable character. We have to change it because for their benefit it should be a decimal. So we look for decimal, and then we want to type the total amount of character, which is 10, and then the decimal place is 2. So we just scroll our mouse down again. We see here it gives you a default name. Just change the name and then you type what you want. Employee, okay, we said employee bonus. Employee bonus. Here, this one can be decimal type again, and then we type 10 character, and then we put a comma, and then we set two decimal place. So you see, but this last one, let me just say employee phone number. Employee phone number. Let me say phone n. And you see, let's just take an integer. Yes, integer. Let's just take an integer for this tutorial purpose. If you want to continue to add, you can click again and add and so on and so forth. So for me, I think this one is much more better, these columns. So it's just a simple table. So you can come to the right here and then you press apply. By clicking apply, you see there's the structure of our table in the query format. So you just press apply, and then you see automatically it creates a table here named employee benefits. Press finish, and then you refresh this one here, and then you see the two tables that we created just now. So the first one was employees, which entails employee ID, first name, last name, address, job title, and salary. And then the second table was employee ID, employee allowance, employee bonus, and employee phone number. So you see it here. That's the way how to create a table within a database in MySQL.